Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.
What is cool is, and at first I was like, man, they're doing this shit. And now because in a couple years, there was like a 5-year competition clause where they wanted all the mom and pop shops to get a head start before the Marlboros and the Pfizer, whoever the fuck else joins in. I don't know who's coming, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They wanted them to have a head start on the competition because, it's going to be harder, supposedly. But I was having a conversation with my cousin the other day, and he brought up a really good point. He said, well, what's going to happen is these bigger companies are going to come in, and they got the staying power. They got the money. They got the attorneys to lobby for lower taxes. So those $35 eights, that's very plausible. We'll get that back in the future with taxes included. You
Right.
know what I mean? And it'll be thanks to the big guys coming in. And then where guys like you and I come in with this type of stuff, with our own homegrown stuff, whether outdoors or indoors, is you have with alcohol, you have like Anheuser-Busch, right? They got Budweiser, Bud Light, all that shit, right?
The big ones.
Right. But then on the flip side, you have like the craft beers.
Right.
And everyone who is really into beers loves the craft beers.
I was
and
at one
that's-
point. The
yeah,
IPAs.
Exactly. And that's what guys like us are going to will find a lane in the cannabis industry like that. So it is better, in my personal opinion, to let the big guys come in, let them lobby for lower tax rates, and where licensing regulations are like normal, and it's not like some picking a name out of a hat type deal.
Right.
And once that happens, then jump in the game. And also, I think another avenue that people need to keep in mind. Let me hit this.
And let all the people out that they locked up for their fake ass war on drugs.
Man, you got crazy. I'll be right there, bro. And you got powerful and like.
And then I stared at you too, like militant, but
like I did it. You're just like, tell your people to get my people out of the clink, motherfucker, or it's going down.
Please do.
I just got threatened on Kush And Chemtrails. You
We're
saw
trying
it.
to
This
be
fool
civil.
buck flexed on me, bro.
You know it's love.
Malibu Ballsy.
Malibu Ballsy.
I fucking love you, dude.
In the building, man.
Fantastic.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
So, anyways, the money is also good, buddy. In the supplying. It's not just necessarily in growing and selling weed, because that sounds easy, but at the end of the day, when you're paying, because look at everything that they got now. Okay, you got to pay for the license. You got to pay some sort of environmental agency to come out and make sure and sign off on everything.
Right.
You can't be by a school. And all these applicable taxes and fees, man. And I don't mean like hundreds of dollars. I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars that by the time you set up shop, bro, you're already out a couple $100,000, bro. If you're lucky enough to have them pull your fucking name out of the hat.
Right.
Then when you're flipping your product, you got to figure the lights. Most people are growing indoors, right? Let's be honest. So you got to figure the lights and the vents and the heaters, whatever the fuck they're using in those rooms, bro. Right? All that different
Right.
shit, the nutrients, all that costs a lot of money, bro. The upkeep. It's not like, you just grow this magical fucking weed for free and sell it. Then you got to market it. That costs money, right? So, dude, it costs a lot of money, bro.
Yeah.
So instead of going that route, what a lot of people are doing, and it's smart, was like I saw there's just all kinds of different hustles, but really is putting in, maybe find a not so direct route, There's tons of different ways. Maybe open up a cannabis lounge or
A niche.
yeah, something that doesn't necessarily have to do with selling weed, especially in California.
Yeah.
Because that's already happening, bro. If you're in LA, and I'm not saying it cannot be done, I'm saying it's very competitive.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Already.
It can be done. It can be done. Anyone can do anything they want, and I'm a firm believer in that. I'm just saying this area, Los Angeles, California, is an extremely competitive market. We have more dispensaries in Los Angeles, in the city, not the county, the city, than Starbucks and McDonald's combined. Let that soak in for a minute, bro. Especially in the fucking San Fernando Valley. Damn, a dragonfly just landed on your head. You don't even feel him?
Is he still there?
He's still there.
Hey, this is magic.
There's a
right
dragonfly
now.
on his head. He left. He left when you owned,
I
bro.
shouldn't have.
You
I
shouldn't have
told you
owned.
we were zen the fuck out.
That was dope,
Zen
bro,
the
and you
fuck
didn't even
out.
feel him. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just let that
Just
little
let it rock?
motherfucker plug, dude. That would have been
Nah.
fucking dope.
No, I'm glad you did, because then I didn't react all crazy. You see how I just stayed calm
Yeah,
and peace?
that was
Because
tight.
we're one with nature right now, G.
Yeah, man. That
I love the
The
jewels
old
you just
waterfall,
dropped too, man. A lot of
NJ.
people wanted to know that, because I did some research on it as well. And it's also zoning issues, you know, because different areas you can manufacture in, different areas you can grow in, you know. So, yeah, there's a lot of different hurdles you got to jump. And like you said, it's not that it can't be done. You just got to do your research and know the right people probably, and just be lucky too. So, yeah, man. But it's a lifestyle. So a lot of us, like you said, we grow our own. So that's the beautiful thing, is we don't have to go through the hurdles if we don't want to. So
not at all.
yeah.
Yeah, brother. Let me see here.
One thing I want to, before
Go
you
ahead,
go
touch
on
on
to
it, brother.
another
No,
topic,
go for it.
when you speak on the psychedelics, I watched like I said, a Netflix doc on it, and what's his name? ASAP Rocky. He spoke on it, because I guess he gave his experience, because all of them pretty much give their experience, the trip that they had, and it came up, you know, how coming up, those things weren't even looked at as cool to us, you know, like in the hip hop community, pills and, you know, just psychedelics in general.
Yeah, not at all.
So it was never in my world. I know people around me probably were privy to it, but it wasn't in my world. And I know
Yeah.
some of the experiences you shared with me and others, you know, were my first experience, because I've still never done it. But I do want to check out like some mushrooms or some ayahuasca, or what's the other one? You know, some of those, you know,
There's
psilocybin.
all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
That shit you get off that fucking
DMT.
toad.
Yeah. I want to check some of those out. And yeah, but you know, last thing I want to say on your experience is, they said all the people kept on saying it's about your environment.
Absolutely.
So when you said your homie was like, you're gonna die, so then
it's all bad, bro.
But then when you got in an environment you could control, or you felt comfortable in, then you were like rocking. So it's about that too. So I want to put myself in the right space. That's why I never was in a rush to do it, to trip my mind out like that. So I'm sure it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. And for now, this is my thing of choice. Yeah. So for
well,
sure.
you know, and just to kind of expand on what you said, it wasn't so much that it wasn't in the hip hop community, it wasn't in the black community.
That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't want to be so
it's all
direct
good.
on that
no,
one.
fuck that.
Because
I'll
I'm sure
be
it
direct.
affects more than just blacks, you know.
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
other people probably.
But
too.
in
Yeah.
general, I'll tell you, just from my own experience, I went to Westchester High School, and it's predominantly fucking black, right?
Yeah.
It's like 80-85% easily.
Right.
Okay. And we used to walk around the fucking track out there, right? And fucking in PE, and we'd pop fucking acid. You know, we'd drop some acid and fucking, we'd just be walking around the track fucking frying, dude. Like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? I remember one time frying, bro, and going and getting eggs at the local AMPM right there.
Yeah.
And just running by classes with open windows and just fucking pegging people with eggs on acid, laughing my ass off, bro. I swear to God, dude. We used to trip out. But anyways, so.
Damn, this is peaceful.
Right? Hold on, give me a second.
I think I just had an out-of-body experience and shit.
Did you?
Yeah.
But
The sun is setting. I'm like sun gazing right now, even though it's all this damn smoke.
from the fires?
Yeah.
it's a trip.
It's not
but it's
clear.
all good. At least it's smoke drift and not direct fire is where we're threatened, man. You
Right,
know?
for sure.
But
That's a fact.
so trip on this.
Peace to those that, you know.
So
are
when I would be
evacuated.
walking the track and shit, you know, my black homies would be like, "What's up, baby? Like, well, you good, bro?" You know what I mean? And I'd be like, "Yeah, man, I'm frying." They'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "I'm on acid." And they'd be like, "Oh man, that's that white boy shit." Straight up, bro.
Yeah.
And it was like that until the late 90s, early 2000s. Then all of a sudden, the drug culture just started expanding and just influencing everyone. Like, bro, I never heard of a black tweaker when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Now there are black tweakers.
Right.
Period.
And you know why, too? I think even ASAP might have spoke on this. I'm not sure. But it's because the visual we saw coming up was crackheads. So then you kind of like, you don't know the difference between the different levels of drugs. And, you know, some of them are man-made. Some of them are chemical-based and He's back?
Dude, he landed on your headphones. He's on your fucking
headphones. Is it the same one or a different one?
I don't know, bro. It's a little baby blue fucking dragonfly.
I think the other one was red.
He landed on your mic and flew up. He's on your fucking headphones.
Hey, the blue pill.
And look how your
and
hands
the red
are shaped.
pill.
Look how your hands are shaped.
I did that on purpose.
And look, you said blue pill, red pill.
Because we have the blue and the red.
I know you feel him on your head now, right?
Yeah, I feel him.
He's on your head.
Yeah.
And you got a blue side of your shirt and a red side of your shirt. I can't do this anymore, dog.
And you got that red.
MJ, run quick before the aliens and zombies come.
Bro, this was meant to be.
Bro, he's on your headphones. He's chilling.
It was so challenging, too, to get this together for y'all, but here we are. It was for a reason, man. Thank you for bringing us out here, Smooth.
You got it, dude. It's beautiful, right? Hell yeah.
We couldn't have planned no better shit.
I love this shit.
Well, I couldn't have, because you did.
But, yeah, dude, it's basically, bro, it just goes down to what people don't know. You know, the unknown is kind of scary. It's like, what do you mean? I'm going to take this and see shit? And if it's not something that's common in your fucking community or culture, whatever the fuck you want, however you want to phrase it.
Right.
I mean, fuck, dude, ayahuasca, the first time I heard of that, people were like, yeah, bro, you throw up. And then fuck, I'm like, hold on, dude, what? Like, yeah, you get sick as fuck. And I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. That sounds crazy. But the more I learned about it, the more I was like, man, you know what? I'd fucking do it one time just to do it.
A lot of people were talking about having a spiritual awakening and coming one with humanity and just having more humility and having more, you know, connectedness.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, that's dope. See, and that's been hidden from me because, like you said, just like some of the healing properties of the marijuana or the hemp plant and the life properties, like we don't have to cut down all these trees necessarily, but, you know, that benefits somebody. So instead, yeah, we make decisions based on business often instead of just making a sound decision for what's right for humanity.
You're right.
And hopefully we're moving toward a new, you know, paradigm shift where we do make better decisions, you know, because I'm for being capitalistic. You know what I mean? I'm never going to say, oh, because my mom always taught me when I used to like have my doubts about capitalism, because I know that there always has to be a lower tier to capitalism. There's always somebody that's being not the benefit of the capitalistic approach, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you don't have a better system to replace it with, you know, so I just have to find ways to exist within the framework of what it is, but we have to add more humility and morality, you know, to that approach and not just a bottom line approach all the time.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. I'm a true fan of capitalism when it comes to economy, but I don't understand why there are people who don't have health care in this country. I don't understand why there are people who don't have homes and food and the proper education. And I don't think that you need to approach it to like on the strength of socialism to the degree where people are like, like this is a little too much. Like, people need to work for what they get, period. Everybody, you know, it feels good. You feel better about it, you know.
Facts.
And that's when the innovation and the inspiration and all these different things come to you.
No doubt.
And
Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.